Pretty good? Really good. Well, it looks good. Here's my brother Bush. He runs the place. But I'm waiting on him tonight because he has to work all the time. Here's a mint. Here's a mint. This is what? This?
You ain't get good help nowadays.
This thing here, bacon. Hey, Bush. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Have a nice night.
Yeah. This table has to be clean, that table has to be clean, that table has to be clean, and this table has to be clean. You keep the tips. See you later.
Have a good night.
Life is very short. You're not here very long. And you want to leave your mark somehow. My goal also is to hopefully help with the environment once I retire from the zoo business. I even have a crazy thought of being a game ranger out here, or being a Forest Service agent. Right next to my cabin is Sorka Beartooth Wilderness, and this is a protected area for the bighorn sheep. The bighorn sheep live way up in the mountains, and they call it a winter range because there's not food up there for them. So they come down here in these fields where they can find certain types of grasses and bushes and things they like to eat. This is how they survive during the winter. It'd be cold right now. It's only about 15 degrees outside right now. 15 degrees. One thing I know, you gotta be tough to live out here. Obviously, I'm the right person to live here. You get much tougher for me. A lot of times I just go walking down the road. You see animals and birds, and you see little things you never noticed before in life. I don't play golf. I'm not a member of a club. I'm a member of the best club in the world, the Montana Country Club. Finally here. It snowed a lot today. There we go. Absaroka Beartooth Wilderness. That's why I moved to Montana, because of this wilderness right here. This is a Stillwater River. This is a beautiful gorge here with all the wildlife. 32 miles up this trail, 32 miles by foot, is Yellowstone National Park. You cannot get there by any other way, this way, other than foot. I don't know how far I'll get today. I bet I don't get to Yellowstone, but I'll give it a try.
Yellowstone is a special place. It was the first national park in the world, and for over 100 years, it's been the symbol of American conservation. So Jack didn't walk all the way. But don't you think cowboys can use cars once in a while?
Winter turns Yellowstone into a fairyland of ice and snow. It may seem quiet and peaceful, but there's an incredible drama going on here with the wildlife as they adapt to winter conditions. It's also a great time to see the animals up close as they come down out of the high country to be around these hot springs of Mammoth, where there's food and a little bit warmer temperatures. And with me today is my good friend John Simonich, who's lived in this area for years. And John's going to be telling you about the wildlife in this incredible park called Yellowstone. Hey, John, do I look like a cowboy?
Well, Jack, you kind of look like a sheep herder.
Well, I'm close then. Let's go.
All right.
As soon as you get to park headquarters, you're surrounded by elk who have come down from the high country for some tasty morsels. But their call of the wild reminds us, this is still civilization. We want wild. It's found soon enough. And in Yellowstone, you realize that wild isn't always pleasant.
Looks like what, a deer was killed there?
Yeah, it's just a matter of survival. That's what it's all about.
For the coyote and the magpie, the winter kill is simply dinner. Nature takes life, and it gives life. The park is a paradise for animal researchers. Up on Lamar Flats, Eric Gies has been studying coyotes for almost 10 years.
Hi. I hope not. I know disturbing your research here.
What we're doing is we're watching the coyotes pretty much from sunrise to sunset. We use these notebook computers which keep time for us. We have the 9 number keys represent different habitats. Characters and letters are then different behaviors or actions or prey items that the animal performs during its travels around the territory.
What are they doing right now?
Right now, they're just hunting around, mainly for voles.
What's a vole?
It's a small rodent.
Huh.
So it takes them about 5 seconds to eat one, and then it's gone.
You come out here every day
Yep.
and watch these coyotes eat voles.
Yep.
Wow, you're dedicated.
Some people say it might be crazy.
That's something, John. Are coyotes really that smart?
Well, a lot of times you'll see a coyote, they'll be out in the field, and they can actually hear the mouse or the mole or whatever running under the snow and the grass, and they jump up and pounce on it.
Gee. There's that coyote that got studying, John.
Oh yeah, there's one of them, all right.
He's gonna get one. Look at this. Look at this. Shh, shh. Oh God! I don't believe it. He's gonna go down just like he said. Look at that, John. Just like the guy said.
Traveling through Yellowstone is like going on a safari, keeping your eyes peeled for you never know what.
Oh wow! Look at that. There's a buffalo.
Those are young buffalo, cows and calves.
What are they eating?
Yeah, they're just kind of grazing.
The buffalo or bison feed by simply brushing the snow away to find grass underneath.
Follow me, John.
All right.
Instead of Buffalo Bill and Buffalo Jack.
Buffalo Jack Hanna.
Yeah. How close can we get?
Well, they're kind of unpredictable. You don't want to crowd them too much. And another thing is we're in deep snow, and if we had to move fast, we couldn't.
That's close enough.
Yeah, I'd say.
There used to be millions of bison until hunters almost made them extinct. The few left became the focus of America's first great animal rescue effort. Today, 3,000 of them roam Yellowstone, a living reminder that we can do something to save the animals.
When winter comes, there's nothing more fun for us humans than to put on about 10 layers of clothes, get our skis and snowmobiles, and head for the trails. But for the animals, they don't have to do all this. They don't need snowshoes or ski parkers, because Mother Nature gave them great protection against the cold and ice. Those buffalo there. With me today is Jerry Ryder, the park ranger, who makes a serious living, so to speak, on these snowmobiles. I come out here and just have a ball, but Jerry uses a snowmobile as a means of serious transportation here in the park. Jerry, what happens when these animals get out here and these snowmobiles are going 80 miles an hour down this road?
That's one of the things people have to be very careful of when they come into the park. Is you got a 2,000-pound buffalo, all of a sudden decides to cross the road, we have an accident. We have injured people, we have hurt buffalo. They just have to be very careful when they come into the park. Yellowstone's set up, it's a natural preserve. It's nature at its best.
What's that noise?
Coyotes.
Wow. That's neat, isn't it?
Yep.
I always watch the weather at home. Yellowstone's always the coldest place in the world. Just how cold does it get here?
It gets to 50 below.
50 below? How do these animals adapt to these extreme temperatures, 50 below zero?
Well, we come in from the warm environment, the house, the car, we bundle up, and it seems more brutal and harsh to us than it does to these animals out here. Bison, for instance, put on a heavy, thick winter coat. It's multi-layered, have a little small layer of real fine down next to their bodies, plus longer hair. The elk, the same, they survive rather well. The animals here are not in a zoo. We do not feed them. We don't try to take care of them other than to prevent people encroachments on them. If predators get after them, we let the predators do what the predator's going to do. These animals are making a living here, right. and we're the folks just viewing them.
During winter, a snowmobile is literally the only way to get deep within the park and see the undisturbed wildlife.
Oh, John, look over there.
Oh yeah, there's a group of bulls.
That's gorgeous. Look at it. It must be 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 up there. Beautiful.
Wherever visitors travel in the park, they're never too far away from herds of elk. As great as zoos are, there's nothing like seeing animals actually living together in the wild. In fact, the elk and bison on Lamar Flats are reminiscent of the vast herds on Africa's Serengeti Plain.
Well, it's beautiful out here. Do you ever get tired of living here in Montana and seeing this?
No, I guess why not? Because it's always a change. You know, you go from one season to another, and nothing's constant.
I mean, this is like something out of a picture book. Look at this. This is gorgeous. What would happen if somebody said that you'd have to move to Los Angeles or New York City? What would you do?
I wouldn't do it. I could never leave this country. The West is my home. I wouldn't feel comfortable anywhere else.
So what do you think about people like me that try to move out west and be a cowboy?
Well, we got to accept people like you too, Jack.
There you go. You know, you look more like a cowboy than I do. I don't think I'll ever look like a cowboy. See you later, partner. Wintertime is like an adventure into another world. A world that's harsh and beautiful at the same time. Above all, it's a time of testing for the animals as they struggle to survive. If there's one thing we can learn from this magical season, it's that we can't fight or overpower nature. We must respect it. But you know, if winter brings harshness, it also brings hope, and the promise of rebirth and renewal.
Yellowstone is a place to help us remember nature's great lessons. It also is a place to remember a time even before cowboys, and to remember what the great Native American, Chief Seattle, said. What happens to beasts will happen to humans. All things are connected. If the great beasts are gone, men will surely die of a great loneliness of spirit.
Anheuser-Busch Theme Park's Conservation Moment. The pledge made real.
You'll be meeting Rodney and Richie, our two Parasogs.
The bird show at Busch Gardens of Tampa Bay is certainly entertaining, but its message about birds of prey is also vitally important to the future of these magnificent creatures.
Great horned owls like other.
Many people grow up with the mistaken impression that birds of prey are sometimes or somehow bad to man. Usually this is quite far from the truth. Animals such as birds of prey usually do much more good than they do harm.
About predators like raptors, just one pair of cotton rats.
The amount of rodents that they eat per year and their role in our complex ecosystem is sometimes misunderstood, and we hope through our bird show to clarify that and to make people more aware of the role they do play.
Busch Gardens' commitment to birds of prey continues in a quiet and peaceful corner of the park. Eagle Canyon is a sanctuary for injured birds of prey that can no longer survive on their own.
Usually what happens to birds during their first couple years of their life, long before they've attained the white head, which usually takes 5 years, they get off on their own and they're not sure of the dangers. And most of the dangers they encounter, of course, are man-made. Very often they get hurt and then injured. We hope that we can touch the lives of the people that come to visit us every year and hopefully spread the awareness and spread the message that it's best to live in peace with our neighbors, and certainly the birds and other animals that inherit the earth with us are very important to keep along to the next generation.
Anheuser-Busch Theme Parks. The pledge made real.